Up until his title fight against Tyron Woodley in 2018, Darren Till was undefeated in MMA. Since the loss to Woodley, Darren has won 1 out of his last 5 fights. Leon Edwards recently gave his take on Darren's recent struggles. Leon said, "For me, I just want to see Darren do well, you know? I feel like he's a little bit loose with what he's doing and where he's going. For me, I just want him to somehow find his path, whether it's back in Liverpool where he started or somewhere else. I want him to get that confidence back in himself that he had in 2019, where he thought he was the best in the world." Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa had a little back and forth today. Strickland posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "I think me and Paulo Costa should do the man dance. I'll even buy the wine. What do y'all think?"
I'm just out here, my boy Marvin Vittori, looking all like he just walked out of Europe. Out here with Johnny Parsons, fighting diabetes and obesity. Let's go, let's do that belly. Strength coach. You're representing the don't mind this kind of All right, hey, don't get me kicked off Instagram. Yo, Costa, I think we should fight, bro. It makes sense, you know. I don't know if you're drunk, you're gonna be able to make weight, if you're eating cookies. Let's make this happen.
But yes, he is brave. A fan tweeted at Paulo saying, "Paulo, how much would it cost for you to fight this guy, Sean?" Paulo responded, $200K flat, 3 Octagon girls, and drink secret juice at breaks. John McCarthy and Josh Thompson on the Weighing In podcast preview Jorge Masvidal versus Gilbert Burns. They both explain why they do not think this is a good matchup for Jorge.
I mean, John, Gilbert Burns has been asking for this fight for a long time, and Masvidal has been MIA for a while now. I'm surprised, to be honest, out of all the fights that Masvidal chose to take, it was this one.
Okay, you can say that, but you could be surprised that out of all the fights that Gilbert Burns was going to take, why would you take it against a guy who's got multiple losses coming into it?
I feel like it's a money fight for him. I don't know.
I look at it and I know that Gilbert has feelings about Masvidal. You know, there's been words between the two and stuff. This is not a good fight for Masvidal. Just saying it. Not a good fight for Masvidal at all. I look at this and, you know, look at what Gilbert Burns did in his last fight, Josh. Look at people who say what they want, but Neil Magny is a good fighter. He is a solid guy who is, you know, his stand-up is funky as far as, you know, he just pop, a lot of, you know, light shots. But man, he just puts it on you. His defensive wrestling is good. He actually will wrestle and take you down. His goddamn ground game is good. And Gilbert Burns walked through him on that fight. And you look and you go, man, you know, yeah, he lost to Usman. So what? Yeah. You know, It's like, yeah, he lost to a great fighter. Okay, it can happen on any day. You know, but I just look at this and they're just in two different planes as far as where their careers are at. Mm-hmm. And I look at this and I go, you know, fun fight to watch, but if you're a Masvidal fan, which I am, you look and you go, you should not be in that fight.
I look at it whereas Masvidal, he'll be the slower fighter too. I mean, he's aging out kind of. He's at the 38, 39 age, I believe is where he's at. It is a bad fight for Masvidal, and I'm a huge Masvidal fan. You know, he's a talented fighter. This is a stepping stone for Gilbert if he can get past him and make it. He's got to make it look impressive.
Logan Paul and KSI's Prime Hydration drink has become the official sports drink of the UFC. Dana White reposted this to his Instagram. It says Prime just became the official sports drink of the UFC. Logan Paul tweeted this photo, a Prime drink with the UFC's branding. He wrote, "I could cry, LOL." KSI tweeted this. He wrote, "What Logan Paul and I have achieved with Prime is simply mind-blowing. 2 YouTubers with a dream, and now we've turned it into a reality. Prime sponsors Arsenal FC and now the UFC. What a time to be alive, man." Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith discussed the potential matchup between Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. Smith makes the comparison to Israel Adesanya going up and fighting Jan Blachowicz and not having success.
This is nothing against Pereira. I don't feel he's in a position to be saying things like that when he's just won the belt. I feel you got to be like a Volkanovski or what some other, like you know, DC. McGregor never won the belt. Defended the belt a bunch of times, but he was a mega star, to be fair. But generally, I think you've got to go out there and clean out the division before you start talking about that. What do you think?
Yes, I 100% believe. I agree with you, Mike. Like, you got to do some work in your own division first before you should be allowed to just move up freely. You gotta keep that division moving. Like, there's a new champ there. There's been a long time reigning one, and then now there's a new one. So now a lot of these new guys have a fresh coat of paint, so they can start working their way into new matchups. By going up, you kind of hold up your own division a little bit, and that's not necessarily fair to everybody. If you already cleaned it all out and you've already beat everybody that's at the top 5 or top 6, top 7 guys, then I think it's probably okay. Also, we've already seen this. A guy that was beating Pereira going into the round, he did win the round. He won the title. I'm not going to take that away from him. I believe I picked him to win, but he was losing that fight until he won. And a guy who he was losing to a guy who's 100% striker, and he got out wrestled several times. So Izzy moved up and tried that and found out that it's not as easy. I think it's easier to do that at the lower weight classes. I think at the bigger weight classes, there's some more issues that you have to deal with. In Israel, who might be one of the most,
it's a 20-pound jump instead of a 10-pound jump.
Right, and the power difference is a lot more significant at the higher weights. So Izzy had a tough time with a guy who's not the champion right now.
Devil's avocado, though. Devil's avocado. If I'm Pereira, Jamal would be one of the perfect ones, because yes, sure, Jamal showed he can stop takedowns, but I don't think we're going to see him blasting doubles. He would stand there more than likely and fight Pereira on the feet.
So alleged DMs of Colby Covington talking about Khamzat Chimaev are circulating around Twitter and Instagram. Colby has been pretty much silent when it comes to fighting and has only posted Bang energy drink ads to his social media for the most part. However, Colby has been known to respond to fans' DMs from time to time. Colby the fight poster with him and Khamzat, it says this is the one all fans want to see. Colby responded trying to give the fans what they want, but he afraid. And MMA Pack on Instagram reached out to Colby for a comment on Khamzat recently. Colby replied, "Easy win. Dude got no gas." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Jorge Masvidal calling Colby Covington a bitch yesterday on the MMA Hour. The first one's from CJ Calloway. It says Jorge had 30 minutes to hurt Colby as bad as he said he would. Instead, he got bullied from start to finish. The best shot Jorge landed was outside a steakhouse. The second one's from Kool-Aid Man. It says, no way Dana said we slap it. He definitely did. You could go check it out on his Instagram. And the final one's from Heath. It says, so Jorge, if the man that beat you convincingly in the octagon is a bitch, what does that make you for sneaking up behind him, hitting him, and running away? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.